Hi, hello, good morning, welcome back to my channel. Today is a good day because it's not sunny outside. Listen, we love the sun, okay, but it's been quite warm here in Vancouver. A lot of days getting up to 30 degrees and it's kind of just really friggin' hot. Also, I love the moody weather of the Pacific Northwest. It started as something that people just warned me about before I moved out here, and it has slowly become one of my favorite parts about living out here. I just think the rain is magical. I personally love the fact that it's finally not sunny outside. We finally have a gray day. Maybe if we're lucky and it does start to rain, I'll go and lay out in the backyard. One of my favorite things as well about the cooler seasons and the fall seasons is that I find it easier to ground myself when the weather is like this. So that's what we're doing this weekend. We're also going to be doing some writing, which is very important because I haven't done much pretty much all week. And last week. It's been rough. I'm also going to set up my desk space so that it's a little bit more inspiring. I've kind of shifted it around multiple times, which is why I changed everything so many times, but I think I know how I want it now. I think I have it how I like it, and I would like to decorate it a bit just so it's a bit more inspiring. And then once that's done, we'll probably be inspired to write. So that's the plan for the day, and you are coming along for the day, the weekend. You're coming with me. Okay, I spent about an hour or so just kind of like getting stuff cleaned. You know when you have a bunch of, I don't know, social events, or you just have a really busy couple weeks, I guess, and the state of your house really starts to reflect the small amount of time that you've had to actually take care of it, because that's what was going on here. I'm gonna do 1 to 2 writing sprints, I think. I'll do half an hour to a full hour, just to like get some words out, make sure I know where I'm going. It's sunny outside again, so now I'm sad because I just like didn't want it. I'm just so hot all the time, and I just wanted a moody, gray autumn day. It's fine. It's fine. We can't control the weather. We can just hope for rain. So I'm gonna do some sprints and check back in with you. I think after I do the sprints, I'm gonna do like my office area, which I'm excited about because it's really lacking in excitement right now. I just finished a 30-minute writing sprint. I got 950 words done, which is great. I'm now set up to write the next 4 scenes that I have kind of outlined. Something that we did in the writing course program that I was in earlier this year was when we made scene cards, we would write, we would write a lot of things on them, but all of the things that we wrote is just like too much for me. So I would write a summary of the scene, like a 1-sentence summary of what the scene is going to be about, and then a couple points about like what the purpose of the scene is. So for example, every scene should serve at least one purpose in the story, usually multiple purposes though. So I'll write a scene like, for example, Amaya and the crew get to the 7th realm for this spring celebration that's happening, and Amaya has this sort of conversation with this character. And then I write down that the purpose of this scene is that an interaction needs to happen between Amaya and this character that is going to support this character's emotional arc throughout the story. And usually it's as vague as I'm explaining it right now. Like, I'll literally just put this person and this person speak because this is going to tie into this person's background. And that's like literally all I put. And then I just figure out what the interaction is going to be when I'm actually like writing it. And I figure out how to tie in the subplot or the arc or whatever I need to when it's actually happening. So I kind of pants that part of it. So I have 4 more scenes already written out with their purposes listed, so I know what I at least need to do during those scenes. I don't necessarily know how to do it, but I know what sort of feeling needs to be established or achieved and what purpose the scene is going to serve. I'm gonna take a break. I need to go and mail this letter, so that'll probably take, I don't know, half an hour, maybe 45 minutes. And then I'm gonna come back and do some more writing. As you saw, I decorated my desk area again. I think I was kind of just like reorganizing my house a lot, which is something that I do, especially at the beginning of moving somewhere. I'll just like reorganize things over and over again. So given the fact that like I now have a massive whiteboard for workspace, I've adjusted things over there. That corner is like a pretty safe space to put stuff up. So I put up that little inspiration wall. Most of it is just kind of quotes that inspire me, both lifestyle wise as well as writing. I like to have both, also just because like life quotes, or I guess they might be spirituality quotes, just more so like, what would you call it? Internal awareness quotes. I don't know. But like that obviously plays a huge role in my creativity. So I like having those as well. And then I also have a few pictures and images and stuff that are inspiring for stories that I'm currently working on. So I then did some more writing. We started chapter 16. I wrote about 390 words, which is great. I also did a little bit of work on a story that's been floating around in my head probably since end of last year. It's a Nordic inspired fantasy. I don't remember where it came from, probably a song. A lot of my inspiration comes from music. But today I was listening to another song while I was doing some cleaning, and I kind of got a scene played out in my head, a very important scene for the story. So I wrote that down, a couple hundred words, just to like have that moment in that story written down, because I know it's going to be very important. So also on the note of that piece of work, I think I am going to start doing a bit of outlining for it, which I know you're probably like, Kayla, you're crazy. You're supposed to be finishing the second draft. And I am, but I'm at the point where I think it would be beneficial for me to work on more than one project at the same time. So I'm still working on Between the Waves, obviously, but sometimes I just like to switch to another project. And in the past when I've done that, it has helped inspiration for the other project. Like working on two separate projects helps me find inspiration for both of them. So like if I'm writing one project and the creative juices are flowing, there's like almost constantly ideas flowing through my brain, and a lot of them won't necessarily work for the story that I'm actually physically writing in that moment, but they could be the answer to, you know, a problem I ran into in a different project I was working on, for example. So for the past 7 or 8 months, the only project that I've been working on is Between the Waves. Obviously, a lot of other stuff has gone on, but I'm just at the point where I would like to be working on 2 projects at the same time. I don't think I would go for more than 2, just because that's too much for me to keep track of. It's more so just to have a second project that's been stewing for almost a year now anyways, to, you know, kind of jump into if I start to get stuck in between the waves. It's kind of like having a primary project and a secondary project. That's how I'm looking at it. And as of right now, Between the Waves is the primary project. I have pizza on the way because it's a Saturday night and I would just like to, I don't know, watch a movie and eat some pizza. I don't know what I'm gonna watch yet. I'm just gonna try and like have an actual slow night. So at least an hour before bed, I want to not be on screens anymore. I'm gonna do some reading. I'll probably be reading, I have a Nordic fairy tale book somewhere that I will probably start reading. I've read a couple of the stories in it, but I'll probably continue reading just before bedtime. I'm feeling good. My mental health is in a much, much better place than it was, honestly, than it has been for a few years, but especially earlier this year. My mental health is in a much, much better place. I feel like I can do life again, which is a really good feeling. And I'm just excited to keep working on my projects because I want them out in the world, but I also will not do that until they're absolutely perfect, which is going to be tough because they'll probably never be perfect, but I just know how much work I need to put in still to get them to a level where I feel like it's time for them to be free. As always, thank you so much to all of my patrons for supporting me over on Patreon. We have a book club running this month as well. We're reading Realmbreaker by Victoria Aveyard if you'd like to check that out. I also have some exclusive vlogs up there and kind of like behind the scenes stuff. Thank you so much to everyone over here for supporting me and hanging out. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to smile, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.